It is the Flow Friday Night Sports Show, and it is time to head to the mighty west coast of South Australia, or the beautiful Eyre Peninsula. Up the top there, we've got Western Eyre football and netball. And let's talk netball now with Reanna Freeman, who joins me on the line. G'day, mate. How are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Very well, thanks. Your club had Kinniba over the weekend, and unfortunately in the A grade, they don't have an A grade side. But were you guys at home, or did you travel?
So we went to Kinniba, and that's actually my first time playing at Kinniba because last season I didn't make that game due to prior engagements. So it was awesome to get down there, actually. It's a beautiful ground, and after all that rain, the dust was settled and the oval was looking fabulous.
Good stuff. How did the girls go on the netball court, the rest of the club? It's only the A grade they don't have, so I think they've got a full quota of grades beyond the A grade. Is that right?
No A and D grade, but
Right.
yep, looking good everywhere else. So we started with the little ones, and I tell you what, Kinniba are the same as what they were last year in their junior C. So that is, your 9, 10, 11-year-olds.
Yep.
And they are fabulous. What a talent they are in that age group. And then the junior B and junior A were both really good games. And then you had both the B and C grade Hawks coming away with a really convincing win in the B grade, and in the C grade it was a bit of a closer game. So still a good day at the netball.
Good stuff. All right. So all in all, the club, the Hawks club, shaping up okay for the season. You girls haven't lost too many games across the board, but the juniors are strong. You've got plenty of numbers, so things are on the up and up.
They are. So we've got plenty of numbers in the juniors and not so many in the seniors, which is actually a benefit for us this year because it means a lot of those older junior girls play both juniors and seniors, and it pays off in the long run. So I think we'll see massive development in that age group of girls this year.
Good stuff. All right, well, let's head back to round 2 of matches in the A grade that were played and have a look at the results. So, first of all, Thevenard took on Western United, and our first look at Westies this year, Thevenard did a bit of a number on them in the end, 61-39. So, high-scoring game, that one, 100 goals in total for the afternoon.
It was, and a 22-goal win by Sevi, which, to be completely honest, I wasn't hugely surprised by. I think Sevi's got a really quality side, and we have spoken previously about maybe this being a bit of a rebuilding season for Westies with quite a few young ones in the team. So this result didn't really blow me out of the water as far as being surprised, but I think Westies had a bit of trouble with Durrani Hoffrichter. Is an amazing goalie and both defender. She hurt her ankle at some point, so she wasn't a full game on and re-asleep. So a couple of injuries there for Westies during the game. But Sevi, I think they took, from what I've heard, took a little while to get settled into the team because it is a bit of a different lineup to last year. And Cass was out at goal attack and Nikki Sleep at goal shooter. But I heard they did a bit of a swap there and put Cass back at the post, and that made a massive difference. And I think that's when they settled into their win. So they'd be really happy with that one, I reckon.
As they should be. A solid win for them, for Thevenard there. Tell you what, the match of the round, though, and we thought it would be, was at Ceduna, and it was the Blues hosting Wirrala. The Bomber girls ended up getting the job done here by just 5 goals. Ripping game.
Absolutely. We had a couple of Hawks girls go and watch this one, and they said it was a really good game, actually. They also mentioned that both sides didn't look to be very settled, so I think these are two sides who are only going to get better as the season goes on. Sophie Kellett was fabulous for the Wirrala team, and she always is a really handy goalie, just reliable and just a great feeder as well as a shooter. And for the Blues, Hayley Clayton, who's a goalkeeper, very tall, strong under the ring, also had a ripper game. I was told that Wirrala were up by 14 at three-quarter time, so that's a 9-goal turnaround by Blues in that last quarter. So they must have had quite the fight back. So I think we were right in saying that was match of the round. It certainly was, but I still don't think either of these teams are at their best.
All right, well, we'll see how Wirrala go in a couple of weeks' time. We'll explain in a moment, but they will, of course, have the A-grade bye, won't they?
They certainly will this week. So they'll get a rest and they'll be able to come out firing the week after.
The rest of the Bombers Club will head to Kinniba, back-to-back home games for the Rooster Crew. So the Bombers will head up there, and I'm sure they'll have a good afternoon at the Aboriginal Sporting Complex there, the Kinniba home ground.
Absolutely. It is a beautiful ground.
All right. Let's talk about the two A-grade matches to be played this weekend. First of all, the Ceduna Blues, again at home. They will take on Thevenard. The traditional rivals will go at it once more.
Absolutely. I think Blues have got pretty much the same lineup as they did last week, so this will be their second week with a full lineup and just another notch on the belt to sort of get comfortable playing with each other. Sevi have got Rochelle back in the team, so she's a massive in. I reckon she plays around goal defence or in the defence line somewhere, so she will be a big in for Sevi. I think this will be an absolute cracking game. Cassie and Nikki in goals together are fabulous, but will come up against some really good defenders in Georgia Lambert and Hayley Clayton, so there'll be some really good matchups. Ellie O'Brien for Blues is a speedy little wing attack mid-quarter who also plays goals, so it all just depends on how they line up. But I imagine she'd line up through the centre with someone like Marnie Trowbridge, so I think this will be a cracking game. I'm thinking maybe Sevi might come away just slightly with a win because they last week settled in quite nicely and Blues are still building, but I think this will be a brilliant match.
Yeah, should be a ripper. Who's going to win?
I think Sevi, but only just.
Only just. All right. And then your game. Let's have a look at this one. Western United, Thevenard got hold of them by 20-odd goals last week. How are your girls shaping up for this one?
We are looking good. Nadi Beard in her first game a couple of weeks ago hurt her thumb and only played the first quarter, so she's back in the side this week, so she'll be a really good in for the Hawks. So we're looking at a pretty solid lineup. Chloe Evans and Nadi Beard will start in the goals together, and Hannah Chnauf and Tegan Joyce in defence together. So we are looking pretty solid at this stage, and Westies don't have Durrani, so that's a huge out for them, and Rhea Sleep also with her ankle, but they have got Asha Ross and A. Lee back in from I think they were out either with close contacts or COVID last week, so they'll be big ins for the Westies. But I think not seeing Westies, it's hard to make a call how this will go, but the Hawks girls trained beautifully Wednesday night and are starting really strong this season. So looking forward to this game and obviously hoping we come away with a win.
As you should. So I think the West Coast Hawks get the job done here, but it'll be interesting to see the margin and looking forward to seeing the results come through from the games over the weekend. Anything else for us before we wrap it up?
Just a quick shout out to Sophie Keller, who gained her C badge in umpiring last week. We had the Netball SA umpiring rep come out, and she was successful in gaining her C badge, which we are always running short of umpires, and we always knew she was a fabulous umpire, but just now she's got the qualifications to back it. So huge congratulations and thank you to Soph on that one.
Beautiful. Well, that's where we'll leave it for today. And look forward to catching up with you next week. Reanna, good luck on the weekend.
No worries. Thanks for having me.